the Monday edition of Bronze Tacos Nerf League. Today we have Nova taking on the undefeated Rebel Squad. I am Chaos Axel, your host. Joining me today in the booth is Resting Birchface. Birch, how are you today?
I'm very good, thank you.
Excellent. Well,
Oh,
I hope everybody has enjoyed their Monday, everybody's favorite day of the week, I'm sure. And we are just getting ourselves set up here, getting everybody all where they need to be. Sidomia joined and is one of the dissenters as far as the icon goes. Both teams running a 4-1-1 icon strategy. Apparently, not only do we have to talk about team comps, we have to talk about icon comps.
oh,
Okay, there we go. Dragon Runner. Changing it over and kind of matching up with the rest of the squad. Sidomia is still the lone dissenter as the Moon versus the five, well, technically the 9 Suns, because Nova showed up in their entirety today, and we have all 10 members of Nova present. Um,
nice.
which is pretty wild to think about, but alright. Just making sure that everybody is where they need to be. Actually, it was. Am I remembering correctly? Is Valerian Rebel or is Valerian
Valerian is
Nova?
Nova.
Nova. Okay, I am remembering correctly. Okay.
Yep.
Versus the 9 bodies that Rebel Squad has brought in. Both teams showing up in force. And as far as standings go right now, Nova just coming off of a big win of theirs, their first 3-0 of the season. So they're probably riding pretty high on that coming against Rebel Squad, the only undefeated team we have in the league at this point. But who knows? Maybe tonight will be the day that changes. I'm sure there's a lot riding for both teams here, wanting to, in Rebel Squad's case, cling to that 18-0 lead that they have, I believe, or something like that, or 15-0 something. There's only
Yeah.
9-0. They're a couple behind, aren't they? I'm crazy.
I
Apologize,
think
folks.
they had to reschedule a few.
That's right. They do have our game that we've rescheduled to next week. So let me see here. I'm going to League Lobster. We're gonna check the standings. So okay, they are 9-0. I apologize. It's Catastrophe that has 14 wins, and that's what threw me off. So Catastrophe one shy of that perfect 15-0, just their one slip up against the Raptors a couple weeks ago. But yeah, here we are. I'm going to confirm that both teams are indeed ready to rumble here. I see we may have lost somebody for Nova, but that was a spectator, not a player, and that doesn't really change much. So, going to confirm with the teams that they are ready. And then while I'm doing that, Birch, what do you want to see on Nepal here?
I always want to see Bunker Comp on Nepal. It is one of my favorite maps for Bunker Comp, but it also depends on
Hmm.
which part of Nepal.
I was
Um,
gonna say it's tricky if you don't get the right setup. That is something that
right,
I would be concerned about. That my
right,
thought on Bastion and control maps in general is that if you can get it set up, you're probably not going to lose it, or it's going to take like 6
right,
ults to dislodge it. But on the other side, if you can't get set up, or the other team moves a little bit faster, you're not going to be able to do anything about it. Like you're
right,
not going to get set up, and it's just going to flop around and do nothing.
right. Another one of my favorites, and I'm not sure, it's not the one inside. But both of the ones that are outdoors with the walls around them,
Hmm.
Brig is fantastic on those.
Hmm.
She is wonderful because you've got that kind of enclosed area that you can brawl in, and your
Sure.
team is still within a range of you to be getting the Inspire.
Yeah, definitely. In close quarters, I mean, Brig is queen, definitely.
Yes.
So, but okay,
Hi,
I
Kale.
have gotten confirmation from Cole that Rebel Squad is ready to go. Just waiting to hear back from Toe King that they too are ready to go, and we will get rolling with this Monday league match. So everybody, thank you for joining us today. Okay, I have to send a message out here. Thank you for joining us today on this wonderful Monday. I hope everybody's having fun, and I wonder if anybody's going to try and dislodge Rocky or start another facet of the I Need Healing that's trying to rebel as far as the bit donation lead goes.
Everybody's got to fight Rocky. Hi, Star. Hi, Daisy Mom.
Oh boy. All right, and I've gotten confirmation from Toking that Nova is ready as well, so we are going to get rolling with this match.
Traveling to Nepal.
All right, so I definitely agree with you with the Brig thought that in a lot of these maps, like this one, is great for just, I would almost say dive-esque comps, or just comps that are really good at brawling in general. Like things that you know, because you know, on the point, there's not a lot of high ground to take advantage of. Sure, you can make do with some of these other things out on the side, but for the most part, you're just going to probably be fighting on the point. So... But anyway, we will see what we're going to get here in just 10 short seconds. I'm really excited to see what everybody's going to be bringing out to start here.
You don't have to deal with, I need healing in there. 6 healers this time.
That's true. No wonky strategies to throw me off. But first thing I'm going to notice, if it sticks, is that I see 2 Symmetras. Who knows if that's going to stay or not, but...
And
Let's
I
see.
see a Brig.
Of course. Still some switches going on here. Nobody's quite secured yet. They still have a couple seconds to switch. I still see a couple flips happening, so I'm not going to start calling it just yet, but I think this is going to be it.
Oh,
One more final switch over there.
Oh,
From
no Brig.
Violin? Who knows? But, alright. So we do have the 2 Symmetras. Both of those stuck. And if you can get it established and, you know, get them up on a really wonky spot, we see turret duels happening right now, and it looks like there's one on opposite sides for both teams.
Turrets are kind of holding for right now, taking out the Rebel Squad turrets at least.
For now, we'll see what ends up sticking. And right now, position-wise, Nova is a little bit stronger on the point, and they are kind of forcing Rebel Squad back. Demon Cat getting the first pick. And Dragon Runner getting a trade right back.
Creations kind of top left, sniping from the side.
Yep, I see him out there.
And nobody contesting him yet.
Yep, they're with the only range that Nova's really running is Sidomia with the Soldier here. We see ultimates coming online very quickly for both sides here. Dragon's coming right in. That poor Reinhardt is trapped. Dragon is down. Creation getting 2 picks. And one more after that. So Rebel Squad, after a long fight, does manage to take it with a couple ults. Or at least the one. Oh, and with Creation's ult, who then dies?
Big trade.
So ult economy right now is fairly even. I mean, both teams are charging ults like nobody's business, and that's kind of what you're going to get with this mad brawling that you're expecting to see in this particular map.
Definitely.
But we'll see. It looks like... Oop, did I miss them? They all snuck by me. Nova taking kind of the high road to get to the point here, and so I completely missed them. But, oh, so they see Creation out on the side in that same spot, sniping. The only one really able to jump up there to answer him is going to be Kuro on Lucio. We have ults coming down here from both sides. Soldier trying to rush up.
To kind of heal and protect Creations there.
That Soldier just getting melted by that turret the entire time and dies. Diva Bomb coming down. Another Lucio ult. Ults are getting traded left and right to no real avail just yet. Here comes another Dragons. Cole getting a pick onto Murphy's Law, though.
Creations.
And then, yep, there's some follow-up, and it looks like Nova's getting routed again, unfortunately. Cole's trying to chase down that Symmetra. Oh, there we go.
One turret on point from Yawning, but she moved it. It was in a nice spot, though, because nobody was able to really reach it without
Dragon Runner not able to get out of there.
take a good amount of damage from it.
So we see Murphy's Law has switched over to Ashe now, off of the Symmetra. You know, it was fun while it lasted, but I'm going to have to turn that off.
Oh, they're going top again.
But, yep, they are. They're trying to take what they're perceiving as the straightest route. Sidomia getting a quick pick on a Creation, though. There's not going to be a Mercy res. So Cole has gone up to answer. We're at 90%, though. So Nova, with this pick, needs to try and take advantage here. They need to push on point, like, right now. We see those little turrets set up to slow them down. There we go. They come in. Hammer down, comes in, gets 3. Great shatter. Ooh, look at that. Kills are starting to pour in for Nova there. Excellent shatter to start it up. So it's just a Symmetra trying to hide around the turrets and the shield. Ultimately gets picked.
Down.
There we go. Spectacular take by Nova there. Oh boy. I apologize, because I was on my other account first. Apparently I'm getting messages to this account even though I'm not on that account anymore, so I apologize for the random black boxes in the corner, guys. But anyway, we have Rebel Squad just kind of regrouping. They're in no particular rush at this point to get back to the point. We see, there we go, they're starting to push up. We see a switch off of Orisa on a Reinhardt for Dark Guardian here.
I just noticed the Rose up top right. Oh,
Oh,
she's kind
and
of behind trying
Good
to
Boop
build
kind
the
of pushes
healers.
that Rhine into the Dragons there. Trades back and forth. The bombs and everything are getting launched. But it's looking like Nova's winning this fight. Bob gets charged down and says, I don't care, man. Here comes a Diva Bomb, though. Feels like a desperation one. Just for the free remake, I guess. Kind of a waste. Creation getting a pick back, but ends up getting killed by Sidomi on the Soldier. Alright, we'll see what Rebel Squad's going to try and bring out here.
Looks like they're going top right this time. Oh, some of them are.
Oh. Maybe trying to get a little bit of flank action. We see Creation just kind of taking that spot again, you know, trying to establish the high ground control as the Hanzo. Dragon Runner getting the first pick onto Yawning Grave, who is stuck on the Symmetra, and she has ults, so losing that right now is kind of calling the fight off for Rebel Squad. That is one of the two ults that they have at this point. Creation very close to his, but not quite there yet.
Yawning's swapping over to Junkrat.
So they don't want to use the shield to start to get into this fight, which I honestly kind of think is a mistake. You can use the teleporter to get on point. You're at 10% left.
It's not worth, in my opinion, I don't think it was worth holding on to it just to get back if she knows for a fact that
Creation getting a pick onto Kuro to start, and then Hammer Down doesn't get anybody this time. Charge comes in, does charge down Guardian. We got another Bob on point.
This is going in Rebel Squad's favor.
Well, Bob is just going to town right now, trying to get cut through that healing. Does pick off Dark Guardian, but yeah, I think you're right here. Okay, there's a Lucy ult coming in to keep people alive. See, Murphy kind of caught in a trap there. Does manage to get out without getting killed. Fight's still going on. Here comes Sidomia in with the ult, though. There's no shields to protect. Pull that trigger, man. There we go. Demon Cat going down. So you have to remember, too, that Nova actually has the point right now. Rebel needs to take it back and go through an overtime. So here comes a Tire.
A Tire from Yawning.
It is going to pick off Dragon Runner. And Kuro's going to die shortly after. Hammer comes down.
Both healers down.
That's it. It's going to move super fast, and Rebel Squad ultimately takes it. So, yeah. You can make a good argument for Yawning making that switch onto the Junkrat. I understand where the logic is there.
Mango, thank you for subscribing 3 months in a row. Welcome back.
Welcome to 3-month club. But we'll see what
and thank you, Hikari Sulu, for the follow.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you continue to watch the action of the rest of the Nerfed League.
I agree, Star. It is. If it's not going to benefit the team, you might as well just move to the next hero if you know that you're going to make a bigger difference.
Yeah, and I agree with you guys. You know, it makes sense, and in this particular loadout, it did work to their advantage. But first thing I'm going to note here is that Murphy's Law has switched to the Widow to potentially try and counteract Creation's Hanzo. And Hanzo, with that arrow, has found the entirety of Nova. He knows that they're all up there. So a couple of switches for the healers. We have Vlin onto a Mercy this time instead of a Moira. On the other side, Cole has switched off of Diva and onto Zarya. So otherwise largely unchanged. Creation, first one to go down. Rebel does have control of the point at this moment. That's going to force some progress up. They're going to take it. That charge misses the trapped Reinhardt. It's a bit of a misstep, but they haven't been punished yet. Dark Guardian's shield is down right now. So lots of gunshots around, but we haven't seen a trigger pull just yet from Nova. Dark Guardian trying to get the charge, doesn't get it. And the trap is going to get Dragon Runner there.
Nobody's contesting Murphy's Law right now.
Which is kind of, yeah, that's what you would expect the Hanzo to do. Sidomia getting a pick on a Creation, though, who would be the one to contest, so...
Looks like she's trying to get behind to get some pot shots.
Mm-hmm. But Cole running down Sidomia, yeah, there's a lot of really hard progress coming in here. And Rebel Squad, even though they were the first to lose a body, has not given up any grip of this point. But we see Cole pushing up a little bit here, trying to spot anybody up, going to self-bubble in advance. Visor comes down, so now Nova knows where all of Rebel Squad is.
Johnny Baroni kind of following Cole, trying to just keep him alive.
Oh, charge misses. Mercy coming in, followed
Mine's
by
all
Lucio.
alone.
Oh, there we go. As I say, I heard a charge. Murphy picks up Dark Guardian. Here comes the Tire. Tire gets blown up by Sidomi. Murphy picks off Creation as well. This is a great time for Nova to push in. They need to take advantage. Hammer Down comes in, does get Demon Cat, and I think that's it. Close to a team wipe. So Nova finally, 82% later, able to take the point back from Rebel Squad.
I think it was really getting Dark Guardian kind of out of position and then pinning him.
One thing I've noted
make
that
room for Murphy's Law to snipe.
exactly, and Murphy's Law ending up getting the kill onto Dark Guardian. And we have a Sidomi ulting in the back here, trying to chase down the healers all alone. That's a risky prospect, and it does not pay off. Yawning Grave ends up getting the pick there. So now, with Sidomia down and ultless, charge. Oh, the other Zarya ult stopped Dark Guardian's charge, and we have a Battle Mercy play coming in from Flynn, getting a really risky res. Does manage to get it off on a Rose,
Yeah,
but
wow.
that's the cooldowns were not up, and Creation switching to his own Widow is starting to get some priority here.
Definitely.
And it looks like Rebel Squad's going to take it back. 83%. They have maybe one fight if Nova can scream their way down there. Visor gets activated by Murphy, so Nova is aware of where all the Rebel Squad is. 91%. They need to push this. Less heal, more speed. Get on there. All right, there we go. They're almost on the point. Charge misses. Charge back. Doesn't get it. Oh, it does not get anybody. Okay. Cole getting the first pick. He switched back to D.Va onto Murphy's Law, so Sniper down. And
They're
Rebel Squad
tapping.
kind of dancing outside.
Here we
Here
go.
comes a Tire, though. It does get two.
Ooh, Tire picks off too.
That might just be the end right there, getting those picks. Sidomia gets one back, but it's just the
Ooh,
Battle
Dark
Mercy
Guardian
right now on
pins
the point.
Sidomia.
Ooh, good pin. Couple of tries later, Dark Guardian does get the slam, and that is going to clean it up for the first map.
Nice. Good map win, Rebel Squad.
But here we go. We're going to see who gets play for the first map. It is going to be Creation on the Hanzo. Not a big shocker there.
I get the feeling we're going to be seeing this a few times tonight.
Well, I would say yes, but I give a lot of credit to Nova, like between Sidomia and Murphy kind of starting to properly answer him. I feel like the Hanzo is only as much of a problem as you let it be. Like if you get
Agreed.
either a counter sniper or a diva or somebody that can go up and answer, or even Sidomia apparently getting those probably long range rockets, like that kind of solves your problem. Creation died at the beginning of a lot of those fights after Nova started paying attention to him.
Definitely. Because he was kind of out of position from the rest of the team. No healers or tanks to be able to help him out. Although Cole was flying back pretty consistently to peel and protect for him.
But, okay.
Oh, thank you, Vinyl, for explaining our seasons right now.
But, okay, so the next map is going to be Horizon Lunar Colony, which is, I say loved and hated, but mostly hated by most people from what I've heard.
Yeah.
And because we just came off a control map, we don't have to do any switching. So let me take a look here. So we've got... So, why don't you break down one of the teams for me? What you liked and what you think they need to change. It's your pick.
I'll go over Nova.
Okay.
They seem to be really good with their pushes about staying together, and from what I can tell, their communication is good because they're all focusing the same thing pretty quickly. They're doing a good job of kind of isolating people from the rest of their team and dealing with that. And then their answer for Creation's Hanzo at that point being Ashe in the beginning was a really nice pick, especially having that Bob to contest the point. One thing I would say is being able to peel for the sniper, because a lot of the times Murphy was out by himself, either flanking or not, but there was
that is kind of the
one
risk
there to
that you
peel for him.
run as the sniper. Like,
Right.
generally speaking, unless you have an Ana that's like able to cover you at wherever you're at, or a really attentive Mercy, or maybe even a Moira throwing a ball that way, like you're taking a lot of risk, and you have to make sure that you have a clear escape route. Otherwise, you can get ran down really easily.
Yeah. And I think seeing Cole diving to peel for creations is
Hmm.
something new that I don't see that often. To see a diva diving their own widow, or in this case Hanzo, to protect her. I'm used to seeing widow or divas diving enemy widows to deal with it.
Well, and that's a good use of the diva, you know, being able, like, especially against a widow. Like, what's a widow really gonna do against the diva that has a defense matrix? Like,
Exactly.
there's not a lot of good answers. Like, unless you get the headshot when she's flying up and the headshot when she lands somehow, probably gonna die.
Yep.
Okay, so.
But I liked seeing the soldier from Sidomium. Um, their sneaky little flank visor was nice.
Hmm. Yeah, I would caution. Like we saw that Sidomia had a lot of good play with using the visor, but on that last map there, that was a bit too creative with the attempt. And even though the tanks were forward, Rebel Squad having good communication themselves were able to turn around really quickly and say, "Get out of here, ulting soldier! What are you doing?" And they kicked him to the
Definitely.
curb.
Yep.
Okay, so both teams making a few switches, and that's going to facilitate me starting to switch some spectators really quick here. But on the other side, Rebel Squad, continuing on this train of domination that they've been riding. A couple of small misplays, you know, with charges that missed and stuff like that, but for the most part, still very like a very well-oiled machine, still working really well together. Like you said, Cole having good picks with the diva and prioritizing the correct targets and stuff. Like Rebel Squad is still continuing the domination that they've been trying to run, that they have been running for the entirety of season 2, essentially. But yeah, I could only nitpick on little things for Rebel Squad because, you know, they won. It was a 2-0. It wasn't 100% clean, but it was clean enough.
hmm And I mean, Nova definitely put up a good fight there. I wasn't 100% sure who was going to win a good 80% of the time.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we've come to expect. You know, even though Rebel Squad is the current undefeated leaders, like people are still putting them through their paces. They are not immortal by any means, and a lot of these maps have been games of inches against them. So, we will see what Nova is going to bring to the table now. Both teams made two swaps, so we're going to see how that affects everybody in general. I've gotten confirmation that Rebel Squad is ready.
Okay.
And that it looks like Nova is ready as well, so we're just going to roll right into Horizon Lunar Colony.
I have a love-hate relationship with this map.
Like I said, I think it's mostly hate for most people. Better after the rework. That is, I will say.
Definitely. I do not miss the OG
Yeah,
HLC.
only 2018 kids remember. But, alright, and unfortunately, a distinct lack of boats from Ursa, much like Nepal. I feel like we're picking maps that don't have boats on purpose at this point, and I feel a little targeted.
I'm feeling
Um,
personally attacked.
I feel personally attacked by the lack of boats. I don't think there are boats in space. Hey, maybe we can find an Easter egg out here. I have
Easter
confirmed.
egg boat just for you.
Dude, Blizzard, if you are listening, Lord Kaplan, bro, like, hook me up here. Give me a boat on this map. Just so I can point it out and be like, that was. But. Alright, so because it's relevant this time, we are going to have Rebel Squad starting on attack and Team Nova. So, interesting switch. We see an Anna coming out. That's new for Team Nova. And they're running Rhine and Diva. So no particular bunker, which, you know, that's how we run the map, and that's how what you would kind of expect, that there would be a bunker. But to each their own, I suppose. On the other side, we see a Symmetra again, starting from Yawning Grave, so they're probably looking for like a goofy, cheesy teleport to point strategy, maybe expecting a bunker that they're trying to outrace. Creation sticking on the Widow, though, and Murphy also on the Widow, so we're going to have a little bit of Widow 1v1 action. But, fly backwards here. So as far as this goes, we see Eva Orisa, so they're setting up here, waiting for Symmetra has set up the teleporter, and they're straight to point. And just it's about what we expected. Ooh, good sleep and good anti onto the Orisa there. And actually, Lynn getting the pick there. Alright, Creation is going to pick up Dragon Runner in exchange. Still a heavy fight. Nobody has won yet. Another great anti. Creation picking Murphy for a kill and the Widow off, but no percent yet. See a little turret set up there, Creation getting a kill again, but Zayla getting a pick back. So kind of cold just in the back here. Rose does pick off Creation. Cold kills hit when they aren't paying attention. There's a bomb already from Cole. And then there's a counter bomb that pushed back. So it is both Lucio's died of bombs, as it were. And there's still a Symmetra turret just going to town here that hasn't been answered. Yep, and...
Oh, my favorite one that I was watching went away, but now there's more.
Yeah, there's definitely more, and Rebel Squad is gonna get the results they wanted and get a take here.
Nice.
So, straightforward. I mean, Symmetra strats work really well if a team is ready to bunker down and try and fight, like, on one point, but if you don't give them the opportunity, they have to try and pick themselves up, reset on a different spot, and they're doing it again. There we go. Rebel Squad, straight to point, burning the Symmetra ult. Here comes a Tyre, Lucio ult. All the ults are coming down here. That's Ana boosted Monkey in the middle of all of it.
Oh, Nana's gone.
Ults every which way here. But Rebel Squad actually taking the better of the fight here.
We gotta get the Lucio down though, because he's kind of causing some havoc.
Chicky's finally down. We have a Tracer just blinking around on the point for Murphy. Just delaying the best that that they can there. And now with the spawn advantage.
So far.
Yep, and then we have Zayla coming out as the Mei, so Stall Queen out and immediately dead. Sorry, caster cursed.
Get the bomb in.
Bomb gets flipped, doesn't get anybody. Bit of a zoning ult there, second tick for Rebel Squad now. But they aren't showing any signs of stopping. Chicky's kind of getting fried by turrets in the back there. So just to hold on as long as they can. 98, not quite able to get the bomb. And so there's the zippy zap coming in from the Winston, but Creation has switched to a Reaper as to kind of trade off against the tanks here.
There goes the Mei and the Moira.
Yep, there we go, and Tracer immediately goes down. I feel onto the point, but a little ambitious there.
That was quite the brawl.
Yeah, no kidding. It was just non-stop action from Rebel Squad, not giving Nova any time to breathe on that. And that is definitely a valid strategy. Just dive right in and say, screw whatever you're doing, we're going to win.
Especially with the Sim teleporter, I don't think they were anticipating those turrets behind them on the point at that time.
And that's something that happened to Nova on the first point as well, where there was turrets that were set up like you were watching one, and I was watching one too, that was just kind of set up and getting constant fry, and Nova was so engrossed in the fight that they didn't turn around and, you know, just take two quick shots at a turret to blow it up, and because of that, they got Rebel Squad's got so much advantage out of those little turrets just set up there.
Yeah. Yeah, if I were, honestly, if it were me against those turrets, I know I would just be yelling. Like, something, for the love of God, get these turrets, I can't go in.
Yeah, and I completely agree with that. They're obnoxious, and it's one of those things where you're like, oh, you know, I'm a tank, I'm a diva. It doesn't matter that much, I'm just, you know, there's going to be a little bit of damage, but when it's going for, you know, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, like, that's most of your health bar just gone because you're standing still.
Right.
We see Yawning sticking to the Symmetra and just using Symmetra a little bit more defensively. Oop, I'm not sure where that teleporter was meant to go, but I don't think it was meant to...
Probably not there.
Maybe not. But again, them not opting for the bunker, and on the other side, they aren't going for a Symmetra cheesy dive. They are not looking to replicate what Rebel Squad did. So we'll kind of follow them out here. Oop, that is not who I meant to grab. Apparently we're watching Cole. So no hard shield means that they have to drop the Winston bubble there. That's a long cooldown they had to burn, and Rebel Squad already moving to react here. Without a cheesy teleporter, I mean, they're just kind of moving and blowing people up.
Cole kind of causing chaos in the midst of them.
There we go. I wanted to watch the man. Creation in this little duel with the... Oh! Gets Murphy's Law! I followed him at the right moment. And just because Murphy's dead, there's nobody to answer, and Creation just kind of going to town across the way here, getting pick after pick.
Goodness. Yawning with the level 2 beam right there.
Yep, and that's all that's left right now is Vlin, who's dead. Never mind. Gaster Curse, sorry. But okay, we have a switch. So we see Murphy's Law is switched to Sombra. He's going up the stairs trying to find Creation, which they will find him. and just not even going to try and hack him, just going straight for the kill, and has to teleport back because, like you had mentioned, Cole very much on the ball, flies across to help.
Yep.
So the rest of Nova, again, without a hard shield, like they just have those few half a seconds of reprieve from the Winston bubble.
Nova going straight in, going under them.
Oh.
Noodle coming in,
Dragon's gonna do a
getting
bit
no
of
one
damage.
though.
Oh, so we have crossing beams from the Moiras here. But
There
picks
goes
are
the
coming in
turrets.
strong for Rebel Squad to start this.
One turret
So
down, other turret
Winston
down.
blows up the turrets, but everyone else is dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Cheeky is down.
So here we go. We see right now Murphy, the lone survivor, trying to go up and find some progress here. Oop. But Rebel Squad, whether they realize it or not, have been nearby. Murphy takes a couple of shots and just blinks out.
I think he didn't hack him because I
He
think
did
at
not.
that point it kind of gives you away.
Yep.
If you can land a good amount of headshots in the time that it would take you to hack, you've already got them down in half, if not more.
Great halt. Stops the Winston from jumping there. Don't know if it was intentional or not, but that interrupted Dragon
Even
Runner's
Soldier
jump.
coming up top here.
So, oh, we see Winston hopping up, looking for somebody. Oh, that's a six-man hack!
Easy.
Spectacular six-man hack there.
Jappy goes down.
There we go, that's 3 down. Here comes the responding ults right now.
Oh, here
Yep,
comes the
Rose
other
Valkyrie
bomb.
trading back. It's gonna blow up the turrets, but Rose is gonna die to the turrets anyway. Right now it's just Cole's Diva, no more craziness to any bombs or anything. And a spectacular six-man hack means that Nova's gonna take this first point.
That was a huge EMP.
Yeah, you don't get... I would say that you don't get six-man ults often, but that's it's commonplace for us here in the Nerfed League.
Yeah.
It's always a 5 or a 6-man, nothing less. There we go, they left one body back. Zayla getting a quick pick, but trades off Dragon Runner, so their pseudo-shield tank is gone, and I feel like Nova has to pull back here. Ooh, great halt again. Jappy's been on point with these halts, just pulling people in the most obnoxious places and interrupting jumps and stuff like that. I don't think we've seen Jappy before, and Jappy definitely making a name for themselves.
Murphy again kind of going after creations, trying to stop him from sniping the rest of his team.
Do what you gotta do, I suppose, but...
Yeah.
Ult economy very heavily in Rebel Squad's favor, though. They didn't have to burn much other than the Diva Bomb just for giggles. Like, that was about it. So we see the turrets getting zippy-zapped by the Winston. Winston trying to find his control on the point here. It's going to get responded with a Moira ult. Winston alone on the point with Jappy up there, alone up on that ledge. Here comes all the ults, though.
Ooh, that was quite a few.
Creation getting a pick onto Zayla, though. Yeah, 3 minutes and 43 seconds. I feel like Nova needs to just call it back, and honestly, I don't really think it was worth it burning the ults that they did. Rebel Squad was forced to use a couple, and I don't really think it was worth it for Nova to use a few back. But either way, Rose ends up getting the remake. Doesn't get killed. That's a good Moira ball. Flying in, getting a little bit of drain there, getting some sip.
Some slurp, as Daisy would say.
Some slurp, yep. Go. We see out there, way out there, we see Murphy. Creation this time.
Yeah.
Waiting for the
What's he
moment.
doing? Yeah,
There we go.
There
Another
goes.
6. Creation's the first one to get a kill, though. Here comes a Diva Bomb.
Jappy again, it seems every time that EMP happens and his shield goes down, he has zero protection and just kind of gets melted.
Yeah, and that's right now. Great fight for Nova. They're winning right now. There we go. It's the Diva Bomb. Need to not die to this. There we go. To stand behind an
Stand behind a pole.
Yep, it's enough. Not quite first tick right now. Rebel Squad's getting picks back, though. This is really bad news for Nova. They need to get at least this first tick here, but I don't think they're gonna. So we see the Winston just trying to push people off, but here comes a Soldier ult, kind of as an afterthought from Zayla. And I don't think that's... Yeah, I wouldn't have used that there. They have 2 minutes left right now. You could have easily... We have 70% right now for Murphy. Murphy would have had the hack again in the next fight. And I think Zayla kind of burned that Soldier ult.
Yeah.
So, Rebel Squad heavily in favor. I see Creation. Oh, Cole holding still. ends up getting a little peppered for it. Creation has switched onto the hamster here. So we're running almost pseudo goats in a way with the Symmetra as the DPS. But here we go. So now we have Murphy again, already back up to having that hack, that EMP. You have some Chicky to switch to Baptiste, so going for that survivability. So, oh, there we go. Oh, there it is. The third 6-man hack of this map for Murphy's Law, and they're posturing around an eye field, so they're doing this right. Murphy's getting a couple of picks to start. All right, here comes response from Rebel Squad. Lots of bombs, left, right, and center. And unfortunately, Rebel Squad's answer was strong enough. And they still have ults to spare, too. So, we have a trapped hamster, but Nova not able to take advantage. Creation just trying to force people back here, and is just able to roll away to safety. Right now, Nova just needs to wait for this last second, because they're going to have 4 of their ults in really rapid succession here. And I don't think they need to really make a risk until they get at least a couple. So we see the eye field getting used by Chicky. Both of the tanks are moving in right now.
Onto the hamster is really going to kind of mess
without
things up for Nova.
Without a Reaper or something to answer it, I mean, the Junkrat can be an okay answer if you get the trap. But that's about it, honestly.
Speaking from experience, his Hammond is obnoxious.
Alright, we got Diva Bomb and Junkrat Tire going in. Between the two of them, they get both of the healers for Rebel Squad. We have Creation coming in with another minefield, though. And this is it. This is the do-or-die fight. Zayla gets res. Chicky goes down, followed by Dragon Runner. I don't know why I keep saying Dragon Blade.
Oh my goodness.
So kills back and forth, but still Rebel Squad holding a distinct advantage. And it's just Rose Valkyrie left, and that's not going to be enough. Rebel Squad is going to take the second map win. Alright, let's see who gets... I love this. I'm sorry. Like, that's beautiful. Creation getting another play, this time on the Wrecking Ball. And judging by the hack, it's just, they're running into the mines and just getting gunfire there. Just all sorts of chaos. One thing I want to comment about that is Creation launched it from such a high up in the air. They spread all over that frickin' area, so there was no safe places anywhere on the point.
Definitely not.
And I do want to call out Kira the Mystic, subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for your subscription.
Thank you, Kira.
Remember, folks that do have Amazon Prime, if you're not subbing to anybody else, you can use your free sub to sub to us.
I'm waiting for my 12 days on my other sub to knock out so I can move it over to, to the Bratz tacos.
That smells like betrayal to me, but we're going to let it go.
Oh,
because
sorry.
I'm big like that.
Thank you for being so humble.
That's what I do. I am all about the humble, as I'm sure my team can tell you. So, Star asking a bit about Hammond. It launches, the mines launch outward when you hit the button. So if you launch it when you're on the ground or low to the ground, they're kind of compact together. But if you're out higher, they have more time to travel outwards. So you can cover a wider area with that. And Kira also donating 100 bits saying, Rebel Squad, yes. Thank you for the 100-bit donation, Kira. But, okay. And if memory serves, I want to say the last one is Blizzard, since I just had to cast this game in my doubleheader there. Let's see here. Alright, and indeed, our last map is going to be Blizzard World. And everybody give me a moment to swap everything around. So, Birch, talk about one of the teams. Who do you want to talk about?
I'll go with Nova again. So much happening. I really think that their push on that first point was strong, especially with the brawl and the dive, but having no shield tank
That's
makes
a risky
it difficult
play.
to get the second point. Because there's not a lot to be hiding around. But their answer to having Sombra to kind of harass creations was a good pick on their end.
Yeah,
even
definitely.
keeping him after for the Hammond, if you could consistently get hacks on the Hammond, it's probably going to force them to swap off. Just because there's no way for them to get out of tight situations at that point. And I do think it was good on Murphy's Law to not initially hack creations when he was on Hanzo, just
Hmm.
because at that point you're saving time by not hacking and not giving your position away. And then if you can land headshots, you've got him at least halfway, if not further lower in health.
Yeah, we saw really good, like excellent play coming in from Murphy's on that Sombra. Like you said, having the control because a lot of times you'll see a Sombra just automatically come out of the stealth and then go for the hack. But especially on like a Hanzo, like yes, I guess you're shutting off his storm arrow and his jump, but if he lands a headshot, he lands a headshot and you're dead. Like there's no real point. Like or when they had the opportunity to like do that on the Moira again, like you can maybe shut off the ghost, but unless you get the pick right then and there, the Moira was so close to the team that they're going to turn around and kill you anyway. So, and
Right.
not to mention not one, not two, but three full team hacks from Murphy's. Like who does
Right.
that? How do you do that? Like teach me. Please teach me.
I do think had they saved the soldier ult
Yep.
for an EMP visor, they could have gotten it
And that
100%.
is that is my definite comment about all of that went down is that with how well Murphy was playing on that Sombra, you absolutely could have held back on using that visor, and that felt like just an afterthought that was not necessary. And I think that really bit them there because again, with Murphy getting back to back to back 6-man hacks, like you absolutely could have just used the visor in the next fight.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, now I'm actually doing my finishing up my swaps here now that I've said my piece. And on the other side, Rebel Squad again, just we saw excellent use and control of ults there. They clearly had a strategy they were ready with to bring onto this map, and they executed it flawlessly. So I don't really have much nitpick for him. I mean, Creation making that interesting switch. I mean, I guess realizing the Sombra was always going to be breathing down his neck, so he's like, you know what? Let's just go for the point defense. Their dive isn't that effective against a really mobile tank, especially like the Hamster. So excellent switch by Creation and Rebel Squad to really make that work.
Definitely. And having played both with him on Hamster and against him on Hamster, it is incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I've
'Cause he
been
will
with and
go
against
in
that.
and wreck things up, and you are just left standing there like, what the heck just happened?
Okay, and then
Okaira, thank you for the 100 biddies towards Rebel Squad. Yes.
so we're saying Guardian. Okay. I think I have everybody set to where they need to be. Just finishing up doing my spectator swaps here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right. Cool. I think everything is set here for Blizzard World, and I swapped the sides here. All right. Make sure that everybody is good to go here, and we are going to roll right into our final map here. Blizzard World. You know what? I'm going to keep being the broken record and just say that this is another map you could play a bunker on. Just saying, guys. Like, and both teams are doing great with the 2-2-2. That's not to say that the teams, aren't doing well. And Rebel Squad showing the flexibility to go that 3-2-1 with the 3 tanks, 2 healers, and the Symmetra just because they realized they only really needed the survivability, and Winston isn't exactly a high damage champ or hero. So, alright, looks like we're good to go. Roll right into our third and final map of the evening here on Blizzard World.
Welcome to Blizzard World.
Again, a map that I have a love-hate relationship with.
I just straight hate it, to be honest with you. I'm not even going to pretend. Like, Horizon Lunar Colony, I've had enough good maps, enough good matches, that I don't hate it entirely. I hate this map. I just do.
Wow.
But we have a shark, which is not a boat, and then we have a boat, which is a boat, that I can shake my camera at again. I have to start getting, like, chat to start booing the boats, and then my life will just be complete.
Kat and I were trying to find boats, when was it? Friday, for the Friday Night Fights. We were on this map, and I was like, let's find the boat. But
It's
instead
hidden.
I went to go check out Murloc Island, because I couldn't find a boat.
Well, there's a boat here, but it is hidden in plain sight. And as Chad will tell you,
Oh.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay.
The
That's
boat
fair.
the boat is not in the water. That is the trick here.
No, I see it. I'm looking at it. I do wish that they had like little boats floating around though. Like I'd be down for a boat ride.
Yeah, I would absolutely ride that, but instead we just have eagles. On the world's slowest roller coaster. But anyway, more to the point, we have Rebel Squad starting out on defense here, going with some more of the same. Yawning is back onto the Junkrat versus the Symmetra this time, but still about what we've grown to expect. On the other side, we see a couple of different picks here. Sidomia back in, and on the Tracer this time, Murphy switching on the tank and going in with the Roadhog, backed up by Dragon Runner's Reinhardt. Zayla's on Baptiste, and we have Valerian. Oh, and that's dead. Okay, I didn't even get a chance to finish.
Ooh, we've got a Sombra from Toking this time.
So we get a res. It was I saw the Junkrat trap. It was a Junkrat trap into a death. Unfortunate thing that happened. Sidomia ended up dying for it. We see Creation just kind of on this forward position, getting a pick onto Zayla. He gets pulled off the high ground though. It doesn't matter because wow, Rebel Squad immediately following up on the kills there, and we see Cole trying to sanction off Valerian and succeeds. Charge down, doesn't get a DMAC or anything, and that's just
Toking kind
an
of
easy win.
harassing Dark Guardian. Oh, flies away as Cole goes up there to deal with him. Or her. Sorry, them.
Them. Yeah, I mean it's unfortunately I've done it plenty of times. I don't 100%. Ooh, good hook there on a Creation, taking that forward position again. I feel in the self heal is going to keep Murphy alive. So Murphy really on point with these hooks. Oh wow, as I say it, that's another good caster curse, I guess. So Nova not really decided where they want to go. They end up just going straight into the face of Rebel Squad, but that shield is almost down. I heard another hook, that time on Nicole. But alright, and now it looks like Nova, other than Murphy, it looks like the rest of Nova is... Oh, no, Murphy's already ulting, okay. Murphy just trying to establish a little bit of positioning.
Ulting by himself. I don't know if there's... Yeah.
It forced the... It's a zoning ult. It forced Rebel Squad back. Ooh, good hook, and finally a pick for all those hooks that Murphy's landed. Alright, we have the Junkrat getting hacked. Bongos are going to make this a really dangerous prospect to push. Yawning is going to get a kill on a Toking and on a Murphy. We have Dragons coming in just to kind of seal the deal here.
Zoning ult.
Yep, and that's
Ooh,
Rebel Squad
got a
just
res
cleaning
out of
up at this
Valerian.
point. So ult economy right now is still in the favor of Rebel Squad, surprisingly enough. Mostly because Murphy already burned theirs right at the start of that fight.
Definitely. Oh, thank you, Artie, for the 100 bits. Artie loves Blizzard World, apparently.
Somebody's got to, I suppose. But, alright, we see Toking now about to be the one to harass Creation, but ends up thinking the better of it. So that I feel doing some work to keep most of Nova alive, other than Toking, who did get found out. Another great hook on Nicole. Cole having nowhere to go, takes an awkward flight path, but in the same time, Yawning ends up picking Sidomia up. We see a res coming through fairly safe onto Sidomia. Another I feel down just to guarantee a little bit of safety for Nova, but they haven't really been able to get anything done, and they're already down to a minute. Good hook, but that grenade is going to get Yawning away. So 5 ults. Okay, we're opening it up with a 4-man EMP. Oh, that's just that acting got splattered across the pavement on that one. We see Dragon just rushing straight to the point here. Diva Bomb coming down. Does get the eye field and nothing else. Sidomia gets rezzed. Oh no, not the balloons.
Excitement.
Alright,
It
and
was
ults.
beautiful. Pop them all at the same time.
Dragon's getting shot onto the point, but nobody is there right now. Creation gets a pick onto Valerian and onto Murphy. Creation then dies to Sidomia. Here comes a tire from Yawning. Gets a pick onto Dragon right away. Zayla picks off Cole, Baby Diva at the same time, and it's feeling like this is a Rebel Squad win right now for this fight. I feel is keeping Toking alive. Toking ends up jumping out of it and dies for it. 10 seconds left. Murphy has switched over to the Wrecking Ball just in blind hope to touch the point. Then we have the Mercy ulting to join, so they're on the point, but Murphy jumps right into a trap. Well-placed trap, and this might just be it for Nova. Well, Dragon Runner gets a trade back onto Yawning, but that's about all she wrote. Toking again, just jumping around, but
okay.
not quite enough.
I healed in a weird
Zayla
spot.
jumping over, but not enough. One by one, Rebel Squad taking all of the newcomers and succeeding. No progress whatsoever. Reclaimer asking the score. It is 2-0 in favor of Rebel Squad, who just had a complete shutout here on Blizzard World, so they just need to get one tick, and it is another 3-0 week for Rebel Squad. Okay. So, this is a lot of pressure on Nova. Right now, they're just hoping for a tie to break Rebel Squad's perfect record and give them this kind of half of a win rather than a full one.
Right.
Go Bunker! Do it! It's so good on this map. Like, we've played it. I've seen it played against us. It works really well. Play the stupid bunker, guys. Come on. Both teams have very competent DPSs, and clearly we've already seen the Baptiste come out from Zale. Like, we know that Nova has a Baptiste in their wheelhouse. But they're not going to do it, and they're going to make me sad. Reclaimer saying they didn't need the amazing healing. I mean, it hasn't been perfect, Reclaimer. Maybe it could have been perfect with you there, but regardless, Rebel Squad is definitely holding their own and shooting for this perfect 12-0 that they're diving for right now. I mean, Bunker might be stupid and it might be a really janky strategy, but it works, and that's all that matters. Like, literally the thought of Goats. Goats is terrible, but it works.
Definitely.
But we are not seeing a bunker. We are seeing pretty much more of the same of what we've seen. So, taking a switch over to Junkrat this time. Murphy's sticking on that Roadhog, which, to Murphy's credit, Murphy had a lot of good hooks on that Roadhog. So I have confidence in that. But Creation taking his hand at the Sombra, and because of the stealth, able to avoid getting spotted out, slips right past Murphy. So Creation just going straight to point. And here comes the back cap. Nova, wise enough to realize that it's happening, turns back to try and fight Creation, who does... didn't get the translocator out, and he's actually dead to start. The rest of Rebel Squad trying to push up in the absence of Creation.
Yeah, I think they're trying to just take that space.
Yep.
Oh,
And that's a pick. Ty getting a pick. Oh, picks left, right, and center. Never mind. This is over. I'm just going to call it right there. This is unfortunately over. So we have Murphy just trying to hold out for his piggy life here, but not going to be enough. That is game right there. Yeah, wow. The picks just rolled on in, and Rebel Squad is going to take a easy 3-0. Well, it was cheese. It still is cheese because you're on the Symmetra vinyl. That's what makes your strategy cheese. Yawning Grave, not content with giving Creation the 3 play of the game sweep, is going to get play of the game for this one. There we go. So we see damage. We see lots and lots of damage. There we go. There's the mayhem.
Yeah, it's yawning.
That's a lot of damage. All right, and there we go. Rebel Squad with another clean 3-0. Who is going to be able to dislodge these people?
I'm sorry. What is that portrait on Dragon Runner?
What I miss? Oh, what was it, like a platinum or something like that?
I don't even know what that was.
I believe the blue surrounded by silver with the numbers that I saw is a plat portrait, which is, you've been playing for a couple of minutes, more than 5. Let's see here. Yeah, the blue number, I'm about 90% sure that's a plat portrait. But anyway, so we are going to get Rebel Squad here for an interview. We are going to be getting General and Demon Cat. So what we're going to do is, and I've kind of learned my lesson with the whole party situation, is I'm just going to invite them to the group, and we're just going to go into group chat. Does that sound good?
That sounds good.
So we're going to invite to group Demon Cat, and we're going to invite to group Acting General. And then I'm going to invite you to my group, and that would probably be good, huh?
Probably.
Okay, so I've invited everybody to the group, and I'm going to jump out of party chat and go into game chat here. Okay, I see that I am in game chat. So now we just have to make sure that everybody is out of game chat, or out of their team's chat or parties. Did you make it, Burge?
I made it.
Hello,
And
everyone.
there's General. Hello,
Hello.
General.
I made it.
Hey. So now we're just waiting on Demon Cat to accept the
Okay.
invite.
Excellent.
But yeah,
How are you both
early-
doing?
We're doing great, man. How are you feeling?
Yo, I feel really good, man. I feel really strong. Tonight was a great night.
I wonder why. Could it be the 3-0?
I can only think of one reason.
It's because
Actually,
it's a Monday.
you know what? That's a lie. I can think of 3 reasons.
all right. You got me there.
all right. I'll get off.
But yeah, no. Definitely, man. Congratulations again. For yet another 3-0 week. I believe that makes it 4 in a row for you guys. Still the only undefeated team in Season 2 of the Nerfed League.
Yeah, man, it feels really good. I think we're really coming together. I think our synergy is getting stronger. I think we're every time we play together, I feel like we learn something new. But I also don't think we've reached a ceiling yet. So we're not going to take our eyes off the prize.
And I think that's an excellent way to look at it. You guys, there's always room for improvement. You have not played against every team in the league just yet. Obviously, you still have a couple more games. So it's good that you guys are embracing this idea of we can still improve. It doesn't matter if it's X and O or O and X. You guys are still pushing forward, and that's really important.
We have to stay on our toes the whole time, because the other teams in the league are doing really well. They're throwing things at us that we're not planning for, that we're trying to read them as best we can, and sometimes we get taken, and so we have to keep adjusting our frame of mind and our scope and making sure that we're accurate and precise at every moment.
Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate that work until you won sort of a mentality there.
Exactly, right? You can sleep when you're dead, man.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's about the. I can imagine that is definitely the Rebel Squad mentality. Oh, and apparently we're getting Jappy instead of Demon.
Okay,
which is
Jappy's
fine.
coming in.
All right, now I see Jappy has left
never mind.
left the group.
He's
Okay,
left the
so
voice channel. He
it's-
just wants to witness it. He doesn't really
Yes.
want to participate.
Man, I'm gonna have to start cutting you people down to one-person interviews if you guys don't show up.
Hey, I was here on time.
I guess.
He was here
But-
before I was.
That is Birch. You're not supposed to support the malcontent.
Hey, we're rebels, all right?
Well, I think that makes Birch more of a rebel than you. That's all I'm saying. I feel like she's representing.
All right.
Wait,
You know what, Birch?
is this
Maybe I can get a
the-
private lesson.
is this the legendary third split off of I Need Healing? Is this where the new revolution starts?
It might be. Who knows?
Because we had yesterday it was Mango, or the other day Mango was talking about abandoning I Need Healing and starting her own faction, and then Pumpkin said that she was going to abandon Legion and join her own faction. So we're going to see a lot of new teams in Season 3.
Oh. Wow. We're going to have a lot of games. We're going to be going 3 days a week pretty soon. That's going to be impressive.
Oh boy, my voice can't handle that yet.
Yeah.
Gonna have to go take some
Full-time
voice
job
lessons.
right
It's gonna be
or
a lot.
something. But,
I'm going to have to quit my job and start helping you out.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with that. But for the sake of brevity here, I'm going to get going with our interview here. If Demon
Okay.
Cat joins, we'll go ahead and open it up to Demon Cat. But so you won 3-0. Can you tell me, were there any moments where you guys actually felt like you were stumbling? Because you guys seem to have a lot of domination. But what would you say was the hardest battle that you had in this 3-0?
I really think I didn't play in the first map, but so I only got to watch. So I'm not sure what the feeling was of the team during Nepal. But I think in Nepal it seems like we were walking on uneven ground a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think we we leaned really well. There's Demon Cat. I think we leaned really
Sorry,
well
I was
on
just
our
having a dumb
DPS.
moment, apparently.
It's
You're
okay.
good. Welcome, girl.
Welcome.
Get in here.
Hi.
Howdy. Well,
So I think to answer your question, I think I forget what the names on Nepal are.
Me
What's
too.
the one that's outside, with the pagoda? Which one is that? Shrine? Is that what that is?
Sure, let's say
I
it's
don't know which
shrine.
one. But the one that's outside.
You're not
that's
asking
not
the right
village.
people here.
correct.
Right. Anyway, I think we all know which map I'm talking about. But I
Yes.
think there was a lot of alts traded back and forth, as the two teams sort of jabbed at each other to feel each other out. But once we got all of our jitters out, I think everything felt really solid. I think everyone knew what their job was, accomplished it. We communicated really well. And I think our synergy got stronger in those two games, maybe more than it did in other practices.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So other than the bit of like the pre-game jitters, like, and there's a lot of pressure on you guys, with your current XO record, like, to keep that going. You guys want to maintain this status that you have, so it makes sense that there'd be a few jitters to start. But clearly, like you said, you guys shook it out. You guys were fine. But so Demon Cat, on the other hand, so I was asking General about what he thought the hardest battle was. What do you think what was your guys' best strength, or like what made it so that you guys, was there like an X factor or something that you guys would attribute to getting this 4-3-0?
Oh, oh God. Oh jeez, I don't even know. It's like, honestly, it's just that we just have that synergy right there, and we're able to figure it out, and I don't know.
Well, I mean, and you can attribute it to good teamwork. That is definitely an answer.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Like we've gotten so much farther from compared to season 1.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's something that we can kind of look at and we can remember, every team, like, well, okay, several of the teams in the league this season has kind of had a start in season 1, and that was just kind of a preview for the bigger picture we've had in season 2, and you guys, clearly not satisfied with your record, have completely flipped it around, where instead of OX, you're XO this time. So, and your work, everything that you guys have put in is clearly showed, with your different ads, and just the coordination that you were talking about is incredible. Birch, anything that you'd like to ask these two?
Did you guys go into this having kind of comps planned and any switches that you were planning on making, or was it kind of just based on how Nova was going to be playing?
I think it was that we knew roughly from other games that had been played in the league. We knew where their strengths may or may not lie, and what we needed to be worried about. I don't know if we had any specific compositions. I think we all agreed that 2-2-2 was going to be our main goal. And then make effective swaps as needed, and playing. Really, I think we're just playing to people's strengths, wherever you feel comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, and comfort picks are a big deal. You can definitely tell when somebody has the jitters and they're playing on something that they don't have, the extra couple hours they would have versus what their normal main rotation is. So, yeah, you guys clearly, other than we saw Creation making a wide variety of switches, but for the most part, you guys, it was clear you understood your roles and you were able to use whatever you were playing to great effect.
Mm-hmm.
But,
thank you.
Yeah. So, again, congratulations, both of you, for another 3-0 week and continuing to establish Rebel Squad as the up-and-coming contender, for holding first place here. You guys, at this point in time, do have one game over Catastrophe, who's, at this point has played more games, so they have the 14-1, but you guys are making it a pretty tight race. If you keep going, I mean, if you win against us next week, you're going to be at the top, so... It's
well, that's our plan.
I would imagine so. But yeah, again,
we're here to dominate, okay?
And that's exactly what you've been doing. I cannot dispute that. But again, congratulations, you guys, and thank you for joining us in the booth here. Go celebrate your 12-0.
All right, we'll do. Thank you so much. You guys have a good night.
You too.
And good night, chat.
You too.
All right, thanks. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Right. So, definitely, you could tell that both of them are bouncing in their chairs, I'm sure, at this point. It's got to be a great feeling to be Rebel Squad right now, continuing to hold up that undefeated record that they've got here. So, but again, I can't stress enough, congratulations for Rebel Squad with their... It's really amazing to see the changes that every team has made at this point, and the adjustments that they're making, and seeing Rebel Squad really blossoming into this elite juggernaut that so far nobody has really been able to counter.
Definitely.
So what I want to do is take a peek at our in the series. So it looks like today's the 17th. We have Thursday. It is going to be Team I Need Healing versus the Passive Aggressive Raptors.
Yeet.
Yep.
Excited.
So I would hope so. But all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I look forward to seeing everybody, because you're stuck with me again, seeing everybody this coming Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and I will talk to you in a couple days.